can't wait to see what these Mavericks talking about. Wing the Sports, we back. We have one minus co-host. He's under the weather. So, prayers be to my man and his health. But we're going to go today. We missed last week, but we're going to start off with talking about March Madness. And some things we liked, some things we didn't like. And one thing that I did like was all four number ones making it to the Final Four. I like that. Although March Madness is, upsets, we had that. But when they got down to the nitty-gritty, I'm glad to know that they picked a good top four because sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Like what year was that? The 16 lost to a 1. Like, I mean, it's supposed to happen every now and then, but I don't think that's good for basketball. Number one seed. They wasn't no true number one seed. But that's the things you like before I go ahead and go with my little spiel.
About the March Madness, it wasn't anything that I disliked. As the years go on, I watch less and less of the regular season. So, pretty much, I'll catch a couple of conference, tournament games, and
yeah.
Unfortunately, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but at least for me, college basketball has just been reduced to, the month to March, those 3 weeks, and it's sad, but like you said, if you pay attention to the season, how many times does that number one seed change? Somebody will get it on Sunday, they lose on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So to your point, like you liking the number one seeds, finishing throughout the tourney. I remember when people were number one seed the whole daggum season. And it was just tough to dethrone people. So, but I think I did. I think we did see.
But you do know that was because you had more tenured players and senior savvy and experience playing back then too. So the ranking was really more legit as to per se them putting it on potential nowadays instead of tradition and legacy. That's what it was back when we went to school.
I'm definitely not discrediting that. People stuck around, but I think what this March Madness showed us was that the madness, at least for now, is pretty much over. You're going to get, because when you got to the Sweet 16, you had like 8 or 9, then went like 8 or 9 of those teams from the SEC. The power conferences are going to run college basketball. Why? Because they have the money. You're going to go to a mid-major, show you can hoop, and then they're going to money whip you. And so we're not going to see those upsets. Those teams, they can't match dollar for dollar. What these conferences can pay.
But in those first rounds, you are going to continue to see upsets, and I appreciate that much at least.
There wasn't any upsets this year, is he? In the first couple.
Drake, McNeese, Colorado State. So, it was some upsets.
Okay.
And one thing, Duke coach, I always want to see how far Duke goes because that's one of them blue bloods. It's kind of, you pay attention to the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the North Carolinas. You want to see if they really still hold that same bravado they once did. And Duke head coach, I was looking at some with Pat Beverly, and he's like, dude grew up in Chicago and had game. I can't remember what college he went to, but he made it to the league, and somehow he had to a freak accident where he got poked in his eye and he could no longer hoop. That's how he ended up not, playing in the league. But dude had game, and I felt like this was a good look for him because he's following Coach K, and I feel like he's doing a good job. I like that. You know, because
no, he definitely had them coached up.
yeah, I like that because these kids are one and done now, so it's harder for us, like you said, for them to hold that number one seed all along. And I would have rolled with Duke in the tournament, but I thought Flag was hurt. Like, what are they doing to these kids to get them healthy so fast and back on their game? Like, but Florida won. That's who my replacement was. What's up with you, D Porter? And you know, ended up working out for me. But another thing, the next thing I liked about the tournament was the St. John's didn't win.
What's wrong with the Johnnies?
All right. So, do you know the average age of St. John's players is higher than the average age of the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I mean,
yeah. So they grown. They grown. Their whole basketball team is grown. If they roster is at average age older than the Oklahoma City Thunder team, and then he's like he don't even recruit high school kids no more. So we know they season. So for me, if you get kids that are that more established and not should have higher IQs and not with, then you should be dominating. But you're not. So I'm glad you didn't.
Oh, I mean, you got to be good.
Well, because it's of the portal. Okay.
I'm saying as far as, the kids themselves, yeah, they're older, but are they good? Because I think you had a pretty old team about 3 years ago when they made it to the Final Four.
Well, he's the one choosing to go with the older player. So,
Well, so that's a bunch of them, though. There's a bunch of teams you don't like, Z.
Well, I don't know about
I don't know if there's anything wrong with that model. I don't see anything wrong with that model per se. If I can get a kid that is proven that he can play at this level, as opposed to, again, the potential of a kid.
That's not a good look on me. I know and these high school kids want to get recruited too. There's a lot of ballers out there. I don't feel like, how does that? I mean, I guess that's why Nick Saban got out. But how do you build anything if you're gonna only just take the kids that are already, grown 1 foot out the door almost? Like how?
North Texas has done it. Grant McCaslin, he's done it at Texas Tech. Hey man,
that's the new model.
Dude, if you don't know the rules, you can't win. And so
rules have changed. All right. So okay. So look, what's that? Patino. To Patino's credit, he had Johnson, the cat that was in Florida that won, the MVP or whatever. Mm-hmm. He was at Iona with coach with Patino. Well, Florida paid him more NIL, so he ended up going to Florida and winning that championship. So I like that for him because all along coaches could leave and get paid and not have to sit out. So now the players, this is one good field story where this dude got paid, went there, won the championship, you know what I'm saying? And, that's what he was worth. He showed his worth because, they wanted him. I don't think he sought them out, but, that was a good look on Johnson because he balled out in that semifinal.
Yeah. I mean, the tournament was good, man. Those, when you got down to the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight, I mean, you really saw some clashes. It's always fun to see the names in there, but I really thought we saw some really good coaching, man. I mean, that Duke and Houston game, and I mean, really the Auburn, Florida, the Final Four teams. I mean, dude, it wasn't just basketball, move out the way, and I'm about to shake people down. It was, man, you have ball movement, man movement. Defensive help, scrambling, recovering. It was really good, solid basketball. To me, that's kind of what's been missing.
But that's what I liked about those mid-majors, you know what I'm saying? Them upsets like Colorado State, New Mexico, like they play good ball, you know what I'm saying? McNeese, you can't play good ball and you know what I'm saying, and not win and win, So that's and Drake, you know what I'm saying? They was 30-3. Who I don't remember who they ended up upsetting, but they don't have the talent, they don't have the budget, but they have the coaching. You know what I'm saying? They have the players bought in, and so I like to see those in that first round. And I felt like from here on out, those Drakes, those schools that 25, 27 wins and win their conference, something about 5, 6, I'm taking them over them 8, 9. I'm taking them from here on out. I'm taking them. That's it. That's what I've learned. I'm taking them, baby.
I mean, Butler kind of showed us that though, didn't he? Your boy Brad Stevens,
Yeah,
Butler,
but
Creighton back in the day when they had Dougie McBuckets. You know, they were older teams. You know, a lot of 5-year, players, and they had been at that institution a good 3-4 years. They knew the system,
that's
and
not the same thing anymore, you know. But
I mean, those
except with
teams aren't going to
the
go away. You know, you're going to have 1 or 2 of those every year. Like next year, it's not going to be Drake and somebody else.
it's not
These
gonna be
cats
McNeese.
graduated.
McNeese coach went to like NC State. You know what I'm
And that
saying?
part too. It's,
But
again, my school, North Texas. We had to get a new head coach again
because they went to the what
went to the
championship they
NIT.
ended?
Went to
Yes,
the
the NIT.
semis of the NIT.
Who did they play? Who did they play? I don't
They end
remember.
up losing to a team we should have beat.
I can't
Golly.
remember either because I was concerned about them. And, you know, they didn't come through. But
We definitely should have won, but it's all good.
another thing I like was, did you see who did, you know, the Cat Queen for Maryland? We won that game at the end on the ISO, the little bank shot. Like, man, you know, I love that kind of stuff right there. And so
UC Irvine.
Okay, that's who they wait a minute.
Yeah, they lost to the Anteaters. That was in NIT.
Okay. I got you.
It was a good game.
Like Maryland
really
didn't lose to them. Whoever they beat, that Cat Queen, he went to the same school as Cooper Flagg.
Okay.
High school, whatever the little academy was. So they went to the same school, and then Baylor's little freshman or whatever, he went to the same high school as them. They all went to the same high school, right? So with the new NILs, BYU done got a little Baylor little dude to transfer there, and then supposedly BYU supposed to have the number 1 crew coming out this year. So BYU supposed to be the new going to next year's basketball season. And I saw a post today where it said every player at Baylor done put themselves in the portal. Every player, they made the tournament.
Okay, but do you remember last year with TCU women's? Do you remember TCU women's last season?
No, what happened?
Z, this was probably November. They had tryouts because they didn't have enough girls on the team. They literally had tryouts during the season to field a team. Them jokers went to the Elite 8 this year.
Hey.
And they had a young lady just got drafted like
the little chick transfer out there, the little point guard, right?
Man, I don't know what happened. I just know they went from worst to first in terms of the Big 12.
That's great. So I guess that's a Baylor thing they're trying to do. But yeah, I saw a post today where they said every last one of them in the portal. I'm like, man, that's wild. Because they won their first round too.
Hey, man.
Crazy. All right. I guess we could talk about them last.
Yeah, you gotta stick around, and I don't know, man. I'm so with college NCAA, they got over on so many people for so long. Yeah, I have it hard to have any empathy, honestly.
What do I know?
Are you boys transferring? Okay.
I mean, I get what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But for a program to have to start completely, like you don't have nobody coming back. The cupboard is bare. Like you gotta learn all these personalities over. You gotta teach, you know what I'm saying? Like everything you start from scratch. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot going into that because you don't know nobody.
Power to the player. And so, you know, you got to think that this coach is,
oh man,
you know, he's finna hop up. Baylor will be just fine.
All right. Okay, so
Scott is still a good coach. They'll be fine.
Before we get off of this NCAA tournament, March Madness, I just want to say that UNC disappointed me, the Blue Buds, because they came and they played. Who did they play for the play-in game? They played a great game. It was the best game they played all year.
Yeah, but they stumbled all the way into the thing.
They did. But so I want to still see them play better. I want them to live up to that Tar Heel legacy. Like, who are they recruiting nowadays? Because Love was there. He done transferred to Arizona and took them to big and better heights. Because they battled in that Duke game. Love did, them Wildcats. Marquette, goddamn Shaka Smart, man. I mean, come on, dude. Like, I have so much respect for who you are and what you represent, but he don't win when it get to the nitty gritty. He just don't.
He struggles. He struggles in that tourney. He can get there.
And then my guy Penny Hardaway, and he talks about how hard it is to keep kids playing on your team instead of getting in that portal. And they lost. They got upset. I can't remember who they lost to. But yeah, those things I didn't like, man. I want my guys to do better. But and Houston's last play, like
give me the last 3 possessions when it comes to Houston.
Okay, yeah, that. But definitely that last play, like my guy didn't get come on, nothing.
Man, okay, so regardless of Buddy dribbling into 3 people and then not even attempting to go for the 50-50 ball when Florida inbounded and it was just dribbling. He didn't even try to go for it. That last play, that's on Coach Sampson, man.
It was all above the perimeter.
This hear me out. I love Coach Sampson. So their guy is Cryer. That's the guy. You're down 2. Okay. So to me, if Florida's gonna let you inbound that ball in the backcourt and allow Cryer to, bring the ball up and initiate offense, I think whatever play you call, you scrap it at that point. Because I'm thinking that if I'm Florida, and I know if I'm Florida, either Cryer is gonna do something to win it, lose it, or if he passes it, he can't get that joker back, in a position to where he can be deadly. And so to me, if they're gonna let Cryer come up, because they inbounded and they backed off, once you cross half court, I think you go 4 low right there. You send all them jokers 4 low, and you let Cryer go and be creative. Instead, he had this play designed up, which I'm sure is beautiful, and I'm sure it works in practice. But at the end of the day, dude, you're trying to drop a play that is 30 feet away from the basket. Like, there was nothing attacking. You're down 2. You didn't ever threaten to penetrate the goal. And we saw what little light skin did. I don't know if I ever seen a dude jump up in the air and just not do nothing, not throw the ball off the dude's face, not try to pass the ball. I mean, how about you shoot it? You jumped. How about you shoot it?
Man, put more arc on it, like something to get the ball off. I was never used this word. I was flabbergasted. Like that was so confused, man. That hurt right there. And it's like you see Samson, like what is he thinking right now? Because I don't know what I just saw either. And
that was his fault, because he purposely had a play where Cryer passed the ball. That's on you. That's on you, dog.
Just me personally as a player, sometimes when you make those mistakes in those moments, it's like your senses are heightened, and you can come back and make that next play. And it's like, like it's bad to worse. No, but it was a good tournament. I didn't expect Houston to, make it as far as they did, but the little offense they had this year was just enough for them, to put themselves in contention. And execution, they didn't execute at the end when it mattered most, because they defense showed up.
It cost me $550, but we'll be okay.
All right. We're gonna talk about Shedeur and Travis Hunter right now. The spotlight is on them. What did they on the showcase? That's what they had for their pro day. That's what it was called.
Did Travis? He didn't work out though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But he did, doing them 7-on-7 slant routes, boy. Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he worked out. But I'm seeing reports of him saying he not gonna play at all if he can't play both ways. How do you feel about hearing that?
Man, whoever his representation is very smart. I love it. because obviously this dude's gonna play ball. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna play it. He's not gonna.
I know.
First of all, any team who's planning on drafting him already knows this. So I don't even think this is a secret. But what he's doing is, at least in my opinion, he's setting himself up for that second contract. You're gonna get drafted as a rookie. It's a rookie pay scale. There's nothing you can do about that. You're gonna get paid where you're slotted at versus the previous year's draft. But after that third year or into his third year, this dude's trying to get paid like a receiver and a corner. And so that starts now. You can't start griping about that when it's time for the contract to be up. He's telling you right now, I'm coming to the league. I'm paying both. I'm both. Okay, I'm Shohei Ohtani.
So with that being said, you think he finna split them reps, or he finna be like 75-25 defense, offense? Because he don't have the best frame. I mean, I know, you can play without the best frame, but you feel like he can do that?
Well, I don't think that I think that he's a corner. I think that he's a starting corner. I think he can go to corner and D folks up. And I think that he plays a significant amount of offense. I don't think he's playing every single snap, but I think it's a little bit more than, okay, Travis Hunter's in the game. Here comes a gadget. I think he's going to be out there. He's going to be a part of the offense. I think, come on, man, the dude's playing receiver and DB. It's like he in the daggum trenches. So
I know, but
he'll be okay.
They want him for DB skills. So okay.
But
how do you pick and choose?
Like if he was exclusively a receiver, I think he'd be pretty decent at that too.
I understand, but you want him for his DB skills. You want him for
I don't think you can. I just don't think you can play part-time DB. I think that's where I'm at. I don't think you can be part-time DB.
Okay, but that's why I'm really getting at. Like, do he play 75%? Defense, like 3/4 of a game on defense, start the game out on offense, then finish the game on defense. Like, how do you disparage that playing time from offense to defense? Or does he have a package at the end of the half, end of the quarter,
Hello? I think it's kind of easy for me, Coach. Hey, Holmes, whenever you're tired, stay on the sideline. When you're ready, go play. I think that's where it's at, man. I mean, this, for some strange reason, people think that folks cannot play both ways. And I know it's the NFL and it's the rigors, and I get it. I really, really do. But sometimes people ain't built like that. People build different. This dude not like everybody.
He got a small frame. And
a small frame. Z, you act like the dude 155, dude 185, man.
That's small frame, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking,
185.
I'm just thinking about his build because he got hurt at Colorado. He missed a couple of games.
When Buddy cheap shot at him?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, well, he hit him in the back. I'm just trying to think. I can't remember how it happened.
But yeah, when I'm relaxed, I'm out of bounds and I've relaxed in my body and then I get hit. Yeah.
But hey,
that's one time in 4 years he got hurt, maybe twice in the 4 years.
But he just exposed himself to more injury. But I mean, hey, we about to see.
Come on, Z, man, don't. This dude ain't the same dude. Am I saying that he's gonna go and be an all-pro on both sides? I'm not sure about that. I feel like he can be a very, very good corner, and I also feel like he can impact offense.
We'll see. Should do.
But you don't have no respect for Travis Hunter, though, Z. You don't have the proper respect for him, if I'm being honest.
Well, I know he's a freak of nature. I'm just saying.
Well, then let's respect that. That's like saying, dang, can we get the ball to Derrick Henry too much? Apparently we can't.
Apparently his OCs don't get it because they down shot don't feed them when they need to. Apparently. But I'm just saying, I know what he brings to the table on defense. But let's just say he get on offense. I don't think he get those looks like he do at Colorado. It's like it's different, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, do you want to waste those reps on offense just because he want to play, or do you want to have a package? Like I said, at the end of the half, like certain times of the game, not just okay, come when you're tired, when you're not tired. Like I don't know. So, it just got to be proven. I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm just trying to figure out, you want him at his peak on defense. So,
I want him at his peak on both sides, man. And I see you, LO. When we talking about the league, man, we talking about less plays. These dudes ain't out there playing. I mean, in a game, you're probably gonna have 135 snaps, 140 snaps. That's 70 snaps for each team.
each side of the ball.
Yeah, man. You don't play as many snaps as you do in college. So it's less reps. We all know the game is far less physical, especially when we talk about the rigors of practice and such.
But yeah, I mean, hey,
I think he's gonna be okay.
Okay, so think he's gonna be okay. He's going to Cleveland, right? What does Cleveland have? If he goes where they saying he projected to go, number 2. So at quarterback, shoot, let's look this up because
they got Joe Flacco, baby.
They got Flacco because I know they got Deshaun Watson still.
Well, he just tore his Achilles again, so
who?
They ain't got him.
Watson?
Yeah, he had the surgery, then he tore it again, so he out of there. But he out of there, man.
That's crazy.
I hear you, LO. But you got to think he's one of the best too. He's playing against the best. He's one of the best. This dude has done something we never seen. Chucky Woodson didn't do what this dude did. Prime didn't do what this dude did.
Hey, man, we sure about to find out.
We gonna see.
But okay.
Nobody thought he was gonna do that at Colorado. So he's been hearing it for a long, long time.
So, Cleveland don't have the best roster. They got
when you're getting drafted in the first 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Z.
I know.
That's kind of what that's
getting at.
But man, you get him next to who's my corner that Cleveland has?
I thought it was Denzel Ward. Is he going?
And then you just signed Miles.
Yeah, so say Miles stayed. They got the little African dude that be going to the games like Chris Hakeem. He be dressing dope.
Oh yeah. He be on that bug barefoot.
Miles Harden. I can't. Does that name ring a bell? Like they don't got him by positions. I'm just going by names. But even on offense though, like do they have anything to work with to even utilize his his skill set? But
he is the skill set.
Oh, Ward, yeah, he said Ward. He said, do they have the quarterback to utilize this? We're gonna find out.
Well, I mean, dude, none of the top 5 teams do. So if they got the quarterback.
The coach is supposed to be pretty good though. Because they in y'all division, right? They in the Steelers division.
Stefanski. Yeah, Stefanski's good, man.
A good coach.
Yeah, Stefanski's good.
Okay. Well,
anywhere this dude gets picked, there's nobody gonna be around him. So I mean,
okay.
That's just kind of the nature of anybody. Shador. Who's he supposed to go to?
So and that's I seen that he's supposed to go to the Saints.
So Alvin Kamara, and I guess they got Olave. Ain't that his name?
Chris Olave.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. I actually like Olave.
They got this other little speedster, man. He got hurt this year, man. So they got 3 nice receivers. You know what I'm saying?
3 nice receivers. Come on.
Yeah, they do, man.
We just named one.
You just named Olave, and you named who else did you just name?
That's the point that I'm making. It can't be that nice, and we don't know him.
I can't pronounce his name. This would be his 3rd year, man. He caught the deep ball on the Cowboys. And then they just got somebody else, man. Damn, I'm drawing a blank, man.
They got some pieces. They're not a very good team, though.
But
they do got Kellen Moore down there, so they could be fun.
Well, I know you don't respect what Kellen Moore brings to the table. Just we being honest.
I mean, you know what, dude? I really like. Obviously, I gotta like what he did in Philly, man. You know, listen, I'm a king hater, but I'm also a king congratulator. I can do both.
Because I hadn't brought it up since he left either.
Dude, you can listen. As much stuff as I talk, please throw it in my grill. And I ain't gonna be like, oh, he still suck. I ain't that kind of dude. Kellen Moore, man, shoot, he coached his ass off.
Well,
And I know he had talent, but still,
so
you know,
so
still gotta
so
put him in place.
so Dak or Kellen Moore was the issue in Dallas.
It wasn't Dak. The Dallas don't have talent. Let's move on.
You see, Dallas don't have talent.
They
So
don't.
Dak is non-talent then, I guess. All right.
Well, you act like all he had was Jalen Hurts. They had a whole hell of a lot more than Hurts, didn't they?
Man,
We can easily name 2 or 3 folks.
Jalen Daniels make all his receivers relevant. That's all I'm saying. You know, when you that guy, you make other people relevant. That's how I feel. But Shador.
I feel like Jalen Daniels has some pretty good talent. I mean,
he's out there dropping dimes, making decisions. Shador. I think he's getting an unfair call because he's not timid like they want him to be. I don't think you can put someone in a prime kid in a box who's been raised to be different from, he learned to talk, sit, walk, perform, any of this stuff. And I mean, people hate what they don't understand. And this is the prime example right here. But whoever does get him, I think that they know, and that's why a lot of people ain't going to try and bat for him because they want him to be, under the radar, so they can dab him up, because he's so poised in the pocket and he delivers, and you get a better product around him. How could you not want that? So
we're in lockstep here, Z. Why they smutting my man name? Is it the Sanders last name? Who knows? I really don't care because Shador has been consistent. All this guy's done is get better. We know he's a leader. He obviously is tough as nails. And so if you passing up on this dude, then and let's face it, if the Tennessee Titans are the people passing up on folks, what do we got to believe? What have they done for us to believe that they recognize talent? I mean, they don't know what a good coach look like. So, and Cam Ward is
a lot of them don't know that. A lot of them don't know that. DT
Cam Ward is really, really good, but I think Shador is really just your quintessential NFL QB, man. Like to your points, standing tall in the pocket. My guy is deadly accurate. He doesn't turn the ball over. People love playing for
him, and he's been tutored by the best, Tom Brady. Like, you getting the best of the best, helping you get to the next level that you want to get to. And because he thinks highly of himself, because he has same expectations any of y'all gonna have for him. He just speaks on them.
Yeah.
Because he the one that got to come back it up anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, to each his own. You can knock them. And I know that a lot of them other gyms, hey, go ahead, tell that story, let them fall to us. But whatever team he go to, it's gonna be a good fit for him.
Yeah, Shador's gonna be fine. LO, man, you one of my favorite QBs of all time, brother. One of the best QBs I ever played against. So I respect your QB evaluation chops. Cam Ward is good. Cam Ward is the truth. I'm just a bit afraid that he may be a system QB because of the systems that really made him good in terms of playing with Eric Morris up in North Texas. In comparison to Shador's only played in NFL systems. He's only played in reading progressions, calling things at the line, making the checks. He's only done that. Cam Ward hasn't really been in that system. I think this past year in Miami was the closest thing he got, but his rearing is in that air raid, type of system, and it's hit or miss with those QBs.
But
again, I respect Cam Ward. I know Cam Ward can play. If the Steelers drafted him, I would not cry.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. He should have goddamn stayed in that game because I lost money on my parlay with that bullshit.
Yeah, no.
That's all I got to say.
Oh man! And you remember when he did that, they were hating on him. Oh, he's blah 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 blah. But now, now he just broke the record, and he had sense enough to sit down and let the backup, who's going to be the starter next year, they can spin it how they want.
Well, my thing is, I'm mad because I lost. But look at it this way, all right? So he could have not played and it'd been 0-0 and you had the whole game to win, or he could have gave you a 10-point lead and you just had half a game to hold on to. Which one of those would you have rather had? The latter. You know what I'm saying?
From the betting perspective, the latter. From Cam's perspective, the former. He's just going for a record. That's what I said, LO. This year was the closest that we seen him to a pro style offense. I've seen Shedeur do it for years and years.
But they had to play a lot from behind a lot of games. Like he did
a lot of comebacks. That defense was
like I don't think
god-awful.
He played his best. I mean, it was his first year there too at the same time, learning people ins and outs, But yeah, they had a lot of close games, because I pays attention to the college football.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but back to Shedeur. Man, I gotta find out this damn. I can't think of the other Saints receiver. Don't worry, just hold tight.
He coming down 6'2". He bigger than I thought. Yeah. I think Cam. I think Cam was going to be very, very good. Now, I'm not here to spite Cam at all. We just talking Shedeur, and there's just some things that I like out of Shedeur a little bit more than Cam.
Okay, so they got a lot.
Cam definitely has the live arm.
Rashid.
Yeah, I know you talking about LO. That number 22. He is tough.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed.
Oh yeah, Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, he.
Okay. They still got old Alvin. He's always good for an anytime touchdown.
But yeah, that's two decent receivers. So they don't have another top three. They got Brandon Cooks back, but that's
Cooks. Oh. Is Michael Thomas gonna line up?
But Rashid Shaheed, he fast as hell.
Yeah, he tough, man. He is tough. He was he's always good for over like a one receiver over 20-something yards.
Doing crosses, you know what I'm saying? Got to stay deep cross. Stop playing. They got the jack of all trades and Alvin Kamara. So if
that was Taysom Hill.
Well, Kamara lines up in the slide. He do tailback. So
I'm just messing with you, big dog.
You get the best of both worlds.
I think could be sold on the Saints. They definitely a better look than anything Tennessee is offering, anything Cleveland got going on, and anything the Giants.
Well, it's just basically
got the neighbors, huh?
They got some defense, so they it depends on and see that, and that's what that pick number 3, Shedeur might go to the Giants, or they might go more defense and get the cat from Penn State, what I was looking at. So,
you know what? I hope like hell he does not go to the Giants because going to the Giants is setting him back because that crew is not going to be there. You know what I mean?
Much longer. You don't like Daboll?
It's not that I don't like him. It's just he's already on thin ice. You know what I mean? And the odds that Shedeur is going to come in and help him save his job, that's what I don't want. I need for Shedeur. Like I like the New Orleans situation to where
Kellen Moore has time.
Coaches just got there, and so it's going to have time for them to build. We understand in here that these two are building. In a Giant situation, to me, that's Daboll or whoever. Like, yo, we trying to win now. And I'm afraid that could stun his growth a little bit.
So if he go to New York, I have
right now. Well, he used to that, LO.
You said 1,000 times.
Shoot, you seen that Colorado O-line lately?
The respect I have for Daboll is he helped Josh Allen become a better quarterback. He took Daniel Jones to the playoffs, and they beat the Vikings that one year. I don't know what happened after that, but he do know how to work quarterbacks. Is my thing. I feel like he knows what he's doing with quarterbacks. He might be just as good as Kevin O'Donnell, like he might be there, but he's in the wrong organization. Who don't know? Oh, I'm gonna pay Daniel Jones before I pay Saquon.
He need to try that on. And to me, if the Giants were going to take a QB, then they would have fired them.
They would have
because
fired
they just signed Russell. They would have fired Dieball on them. If you're taking a quarterback, if you know you got Cam and Shador sitting up there, and you're the 3 pick, I think one of those teams don't even need a quarterback, or more than likely, like Cleveland, more than likely is not going to draft a quarterback. More than likely, I think you fire them, and then you get your coach in, and you get your quarterback, and now we offering rolling. But the fact that they didn't fire them dudes, tell me they're not taking a quarterback. They finna take Buddy from Penn State.
Okay, and their defense is a lot better. They got 2 DNs. Okay, and then they got Burns at linebacker. So
that's what to me. I think. In New Orleans,
I got you.
We fight because dude, Dieball them gone, man. I don't know why they bought him back.
Well, me either. They don't want to. I don't know. You want to save some of that money they should have been paying Saquon. All right, so here we are. Oh my God, man! I put money on the damn Bulls. I don't know why. He beat them 71-47.
Yeah, I see this.
Bastards.
He got 21 assists.
Who do? Oh, the Bulls. I mean the Heat. What I was gonna say?
Turnovers.
But the playoffs. You know, I'm a sports fan. I love basketball, as you can see. And the play-in games last night was fire. Fire. Like, who was the first game?
First one was the Magic.
Hey, man. So the Magic came out and Cole and did you watch the game?
I saw the first half of it. I didn't see the second half.
Hey man, Cole Anthony for I guess it was at the end of the third. Hey man. Oh yes, it was at the end of the third. So they was beating them. They had a nice little lead. So I'm gaming, I'm watching, and Atlanta came back, man. They came back to like within 4. And so Cole Anthony like stole the show from that point on, man. Like he pulling up, hitting threes, he coming down on a fast break, acting like he finna lay up and dish at the last second for dunks. Like, man, he stole the show, man. And it's like that's what you have been waiting for him to do. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I'm here to like show that he arrived. And for that brief moment, that's exactly what I saw, man. I'm back here yelling. I'm off into the game. That's how much I enjoyed watching, him do his thing. Mm-hmm. And so they end up holding on, winning the game. But at the same time, Trae Young got kicked out the game for throwing the ball to the ref. I'm thinking like certain things, man. They shouldn't kick people out of playoff games. That's stupid, man. Like
I don't like ejections.
Yeah, like they give the ref too much power,
unless it's something not germane to the game. But
it should be more. It should be harder for a ref to kick a player out of a game, because that changed the dynamics of it. But the Orlando held on. But yeah, Cole Anthony, man, he had me on the seat of my edge of my seat, enjoying that game last night. And then we get to my Warriors, and man, they had a 20-point lead, and they gave that up too. And so I think it came within 2 or 4. One, Steph had to hit deep, late threes, and it was a roller coaster. I think Memphis, Draymond fouled out. Memphis, got a 5-second violation. It might have been a little home court advantage. But, man, it came down to the wire, and they barely won. Like, I don't feel confident in them going beating Houston, where they got way better bigs. That can take advantage of them not having no size. Like, I don't care that they don't have experience.
That was my thing, man. I think I forget when the Warriors lost to San Antonio.
That was
last week.
Yeah.
And it looked like more than likely that was gonna be Houston. And I'm like, dude, that's at least in my opinion, that's the one team you don't want to see, because they are an inside out team. Like some of the other teams have some bigs, like OKC has
I
bigs.
like
Memphis
Seguin.
got some
You
bigs,
know I
but they're
like
not
Seguin.
inside out. Yeah, I know you like Seguin, but in the offense runs through him. I think that's gonna be kind of tough for the Warriors. I think.
Yeah, because that's gonna have Draymond and Fitz. He gonna try. I don't know who gonna Looney can't stick him, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
It is, and you know. So you like Sagoon. I love Udoka.
Oh yeah.
And they give Steph a tough time, man.
Did
They
you
give
see how
Steph a
they
tough
played?
time.
Did you see how they played Steph last time when they beat him?
Mm-mm.
Steph had 3 points. They denied this boy the ball the whole 94 feet.
I mean, they have the backcourt bodies to do that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Especially with your boy, Crazy Wild Man Brooks.
Thompson too, the twin. Like, hey man, they got bodies to throw at him, man. You know, and they young, fresh legs trying to prove something. You know,
it's gonna be tough, man.
They got a basketball hell of a coach.
And they play well in Houston, man. They play really, really good in Houston. So
you know, my Houston friends, they scared, you know, oh, we playing the team with veterans. I'm like, man, like
they should be, though. They got Steph over there. Steph will keep you up at night, man.
They ain't got no bigs, man. They like that's what kept Memphis in the game. They kept getting rebounds.
All right, let's keep it a bean though. When has Golden State had bigs?
They always had one that was decent.
Yeah, that was Looney.
No.
Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and he got hurt.
Zaza Pachulia.
He got hurt.
So, but that's to me, it's not so much what Oklahoma State, what Golden State is. It's more so Houston style of play, that inside out style of play. Like if Houston, if they were OKC, I feel like Golden State would have a chance because OKC is an outside in team. Even though they are bigger on the interior, they don't operate from the inside. Houston operates from the inside out, man. That's hard.
And the thing about Houston is their wild card is Jalen Green. Some days he off, some days he on, and I think he really gonna be the factor in, you know, how that team goes in this series. Okay. It's gonna be Jalen Green, but I don't like you know their size. I just don't.
I'm with you there.
And man, I had wrote this last week before we came on. So what teams? So how do you feel about OKC?
They're gettable.
Okay, I like OKC, but at this point, it's like you got to prove it because we haven't seen you. You know what I'm saying? You be knee deep. You know what I'm saying, in a battle and overcome and show us. You know what I'm saying? You deserving of being held with that regard. So it's prove it year. You know what I'm saying? I know Chet was hurt last year, but this year is proven because you got players who've been in those situations with your boy Shea and
Jalen.
Yeah, they Shea in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So they've been playing in high level competition to where, you know what I'm saying, this shouldn't be nothing new. You know,
I disagree.
You do?
Because the Olympics are kind of a one-off. I know it's a kind of a tournament of sorts, but when you getting into I'm finna see you every night for about a week and a half. I know all your moves, homeboy.
Well, I say that because I'm just watching the Court of Gold, you know, and the thing that he brought to the table when they lost to Serbia, Austria, whoever they lost to, was, you know, he didn't know the seriousness of it because now he got to wait another 4 years, you know what I'm saying, to come back and represent his country. So to me, that's in your head like, okay, I hadn't proved it, you know, in the playoffs. Now, you know what I'm saying, it's time to take it another step. And so to me, that's why I'm thinking, because I'm in the moment of just watching that. I'm gonna probably say earlier this week. But
I got you.
That was that's a nice little flick. I gotta watch. I ain't finished watching it though. But we just talked about Houston.
I don't think OKC, to me, they don't have a second scorer. I know who it's supposed to be. I just don't think that's what that is. To me, Jalen Williams, he ain't bona fide. And I see other people in the West that got 2 of them.
Yeah, and this is why they got to prove it. Because I love the way they play team ball. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's kind of like the Spurs. The Spurs play team ball because, you know, Tim Duncan wasn't no bona fide scorer, but he get the ball in the hoop. What? You know what I'm saying? Ginobili.
Come on, Z. Tim Duncan wasn't for certainly a bona fide scorer.
I mean, but he wasn't just known for 30-point games. You know what I'm saying? Going all right. You know, he's
nobody was back then.
But he's just consistent at what he did. You know what I'm saying? So Shea is more of a scorer than Timmy Duncan, basically, to me.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue that.
But they played team ball. The Spurs moved that ball. You know what I'm saying? They was a team. And
I say Tim Duncan was a bona fide scorer because Tim Duncan knew where to get his bucket and he knew where to stand where you couldn't stop this. To me, that's a bona fide scorer. I don't have to do it every play. Oh, y'all done scored 3 in a row. I'm finna get on this box. I'm finna sweep through your hand and one.
I get it. But Shea going off. Shea averaging 30.
Yeah, Ginobili and Parker. All them dudes can go
Shea
get
averaging 30. And
Shea is averaging 30.
Who?
I'm not sure if that's good. Shea is averaging 30.
Yeah. So
and again, I don't know who else is there.
And that's why they got to prove it. Because like I said, I like the way they play team ball. I don't think they're have egos. You know what I'm saying? But they know this is the time in the year that they have to prove it. This is the best chance they've had because they added some good missing pieces with Hartenstein and Caruso. You know what I'm saying? And their bench, their shooters, they got pretty good defense. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can't wait for them, you know what I'm saying, to prove it. Who do they play the first round?
Well, they got to wait for these play-ins to be done.
Okay.
It's either going to be the Mavericks or who was that? The Kings?
No, they going to play the one out of Memphis. The one out of them play Memphis.
Well, okay. So Memphis is going to play the winner out of Mavericks and the Kings.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
So, yeah.
Wait a minute.
The Mavericks and the Kings game is a one like the 9-10.
That'll be the 8 seed, right? Because the Warriors won the 7 seed.
The Warriors already have the 7 seed, and so because Memphis was the 8th, they could lose one because they only had to win one to get in. The 9-10 teams have to win 2.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when Dallas or whoever loses tonight,
so it'll be the one out of them play OKC.
Yeah, they got to play one more.
The Lakers, how you feel about Bron and legend Luka? You know,
man, they got a good a shot as anybody.
They got a good shot at anybody. So, you want to know what my X factor is? I'm gonna say JJ. We're gonna see in those moments. Do he make the right calls, man? Do he call the right plays? I think that's on JJ to see if they really got the right man for the job.
I mean, I think JJ is good in that spot.
What you say? What you say?
Very dangerous, dude. You talking Bron? You talking Luka? You talking?
That's why I put it on the coach.
I forget the white guy, Austin Reeves.
AR-15, baby.
Them 3 dudes that can get it, man. And so I like it, man. So let's say, you know, I'm talking about Houston with the size, but that's versus Golden State. I don't really know who's matching up with LA.
Well,
nobody else has bigs. Nobody plays through their bigs. So I don't think that that's a disadvantage for LA. LA don't have bigs, but hell, nobody got them as far as playing through them.
Well, you know,
the buddy that runs the court and, you know, he'll block some shots and things, but LA dangerous, man.
Yeah, this is the best I've ever seen Bron, you know, play off the ball. And that's
dude, they dangerous, dude. Like I've been trying to get a prop bet in with him.
That's even better than Pippen being a number 2 for Jordan. I feel like he's even better than that. And you know, because he's rested up this playoffs, he's not playing back-to-back nights no more. So, you know, it's gonna be interesting. The Clippers.
They look good too, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say Kawhi. They've
been the hottest team, you know, low key.
Because Harden been playing good ball.
Yeah.
Zubac, like, oh my God. Man, hey man, you know how many fantasy teams I had this man on? Like that dude.
Zubac, dude. I'm still scratching my head from when LeBron traded him when he got to LA. I still don't understand why that happened.
Hey, so well, I'm glad you understand Bron did too many trades, but Zubac is a very nice piece. Tyronn Lue, man, he seems to know how to put people in position to be successful. So
absolutely,
this is big for him because
they tough too, man. Because they got 3 of them. Because Norman Powell should have been an All-Star.
yeah. Oh, I like him too.
You know,
But
so
yes, yeah, they're gonna be interesting, man. And Kawhi, I want to say they say Kawhi played this first time he played in a back-to-back in like decades. You know,
since the 70s.
you know what I'm saying? Decades. Back-to-back, like wow, that's a thing. It's the first time they played in back-to-backs.
Oh man, hey man,
I'm happy for him. Who we got the Nuggets? Yeah, and that's another thing I want to say, man. How do you get rid of Malone, a coach that won your championship just 2 years ago, man? Like, and he's been battling injury players this whole time he's been there. Like, man, that's not a good look. As much as I love Jokic, and he wanted Westbrook on the team, and you know, I had been posting it on my Facebook, and they say that they didn't like how he was showing favoritism to Westbrook, and that Westbrook was the reason they lost that game to the Timberwolves, which I had money on that goddamn game. I had a nice little 3-pick, man, and they lost. They just needed, but yeah, man, that don't make me respect, and that's why I'm like, man, I cheer for players, man, because these owners, man, they don't know what they're doing. They can't make mistakes. They making money, so that's what it is. At the end of the day, it don't matter what the records say, because what the Cleveland Browns went 0-16. Guess what? That man Pockets didn't lose.
Yeah.
Man Pockets did not lose. They can't make no mistakes. I'm cheering for the players.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I'm not gonna get in your way there.
So yeah, when I wear these hats, man, yeah, I'm cheering for that team, but let's believe I like players on that team is the reason why I'm cheering. It ain't because of them owners, not at all. But
yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, I think the West is pretty open. It's hard for me to go against LeBron and Luka, the LL show. I don't, especially what they up against. You know what I mean? Like they can be in. If you're talking about winning 4 games, I mean, shoot, they got swept. You know, Denver didn't put them out the playoffs the last couple 2-3 years, but them games were competitive.
Yeah.
They were competitive. Every one of them. They getting swept, and every game is close.
But just think about it. Denver, the nucleus of that team, you know what I'm saying? 3, 4, 5 guys, you know, they have been there a while.
Yeah.
Jokic, Murray, Gordon, DeAndre Jordan. Like,
what's his name? Porter.
Yeah, Porter. Hey, they have people there, you know what I'm saying? Like, OKC ain't to that level. The Rockets ain't to that level. Like, there's no teams, you know what I'm saying, that has solidified themselves as, you know what I'm saying, established like the Nuggets have been, that the Lakers got to go through. So that's not a good look. So who has the 6th seed now?
I thought that's is that not Denver?
So it's so it's OKC, Houston, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets.
Oh, okay. Who is that 6th seed?
Yeah, because I'm saying I had this down last week and things changed. Things changed, baby.
I have no idea who would be that 6th seed. Is that Timber, Minnesota?
That is Minnesota. Hey, that is Minnesota. So, your boy Ant-Man posting messages on IG or whatever, talking about, Brandon, I'm gonna send y'all to the beach. I'm gonna send y'all home to the beach early this year. You and your pops. So, and man, I love Ant-Man. Like, you know, I'm a fan of Ant-Man too. But I ain't gonna say but. I think it's all on him, man, if he shows up or not. That's it. Is the Timberwolves go as Ant-Man goes, because Sometimes he you know, he has the confidence of MJ, and you know what I'm saying, he's stroking that thing. He had the most threes this season. I didn't think he was even in that stratosphere to end the season with the most NBA 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? But if you can bring that to the table, that shooting to the table with your athleticism and lead, because they seem to listen to him. He got some, you know, some swag with himself. We're gonna see if you can bring it to in the playoffs, because you only brought it that 1 year. And you really didn't show it in that conference finals game. I didn't see, you know, what I didn't see the player who I thought I was supposed to see in that series.
That's fair. Well, they're not going to beat the Lakers. So who's scoring with them? It's not even so much him.
They
Who else
got
is
the
on the team?
size. They got the size.
But who is the other? Who's the other person? Go get me a bucket. Hey, they doubling me, dog. Go get a bucket. Who's that guy?
Well,
we know it ain't Randall.
But that's what's gonna have to be, or the sixth man of the year.
We know it ain't.
What's his name? I can't think of his name. But
yeah, you talking about the tall dude,
yeah,
McMichael or something such. Yeah,
man, I'm look it up. He won sixth man of the year a few years back.
It was last year. He was the sixth man of the year, but they're not. Yeah. They're not going to beat the Lakers.
So, you know, outside of that, I don't think the Warriors have, you know, what it takes. We'll revisit that if they upset Houston. But yes, the West is very thick, and you know, the Lakers have shown nothing but progression since, you know, legend Luka showed up. I was confused on how they would share that ball, but I think, you know, winning matters. And LeBron, you know, not putting his ego above the team, and you know, they done went and put the pavement, and they figuring it out.
Man, Bron is just a basketball player. I mean, he did that when he went to Miami. He went and he was Dwayne Wade's team. He deferred. It didn't work out, but he was willing to do that. He did it when he went back to Cleveland. He didn't tell Kyrie to go play two guard. No, Kyrie was the point guard. He took his butt over there to three. They had J.R. Smith, and you know, they was rocking and rolling. So LeBron knows how to hoop. You know, if he got to be a center, he'll be a center. If he got to be the point guard, he'll be the point guard. And again, him and Luka, I'm just not seeing anybody in the West is gonna stop them boys, man.
And then how do you see somebody in the East that's gonna stop? Who's gonna stop them? Boston?
Yeah. Because I see two bona fide scores. I see size. I see depth.
You see three. Then they got players. And
they do. Yeah, Boston tough, man. You know, don't get fooled. Boston is going to win the East. Cleveland is not going to beat them.
I didn't say Cleveland either.
Yeah,
so let's start with Cleveland. Let's start with Cleveland since we're in the East. And man, great season. You know what I'm saying? I think the coach, he might win Coach of the Year. But
that's the coach your boy fired.
Who?
Oh no.
Atkinson, I can't recall.
Oh, Kenny Atkinson? Where he at? He not in Cleveland? Ain't that Cleveland coach?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who fired him?
Your boy Kevin Durant.
From Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Okay, look here.
After he made the playoffs.
Let me clear this up. Kevin Durant, my favorite player, man. Coming out of college, man, this dude couldn't bench but 185 one time, man. Like this dude ain't Monty Burns in the NBA. So I love his game. I don't love his mindset, man. Like
I was wondering where you were going with that.
When you like, man, we don't need no coach. We just like, come on.
Not that coach. They fired that coach for Steve Nash, man. I can't take you serious. Yeah, I can't take you serious. Steve Nash ain't got nothing to say. Wasn't nothing to listen to.
But that's who you wanted. That's who you wanted. So show them that respect then. But
I thought they was going to get that Mike D'Antoni.
Well, in all truth, I still blame Giannis for shouldn't have been kicked out of the series for putting his foot up on the Kyrie, so Kyrie couldn't play. And James Harden's on one hamstring, and KD still almost beat Milwaukee. Wasn't for that long ass Bozo the Clown ass foot.
Well, shout out to Kenny, man. He's been resurrecting the Cavaliers. I think they're a really good team. I just don't think they're quite ready. I don't think Evan Mobley is quite there. I do like Gardner, and obviously you got to like Spider. They not beating
Gardner,
Boston though. Who? Yeah, who's the Darius? Who's the other?
Garland,
Garland. My fault. Okay, starts with a G. I'm in the
Garland,
neighborhood.
and
Yeah, I'm in the neighborhood.
Allen, and they got some. What they got? Levert, and they got
Yeah, they got a care.
another little wing. I can't
They
think
got
of
a good team. They got a good team, but
Jerome or
they
something like
yeah,
that.
they just
So
not beating Boston.
yeah, and this is for a time for them to check themselves to see what they to be battle tested. This always you got to prove yourself. So now they got their backs up against the wall. Ain't no running. The spotlight is gonna be on you. And we have Boston. We don't got to talk about Boston. We already know we like everything they bring to the table. Do you know who Missoula used to play for in college?
I did, but I don't.
West Virginia. And I think they upset Duke that
Who
year.
with Huggins? He was with Bobby Huggins.
Yes.
Huggy Bear.
Don't that make you like him even more? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, he know his ass tough. He play for Huggy.
And they upset Duke, I think, that year. I think they upset Duke if I recall. But yeah, it was an upset they had that year. So yeah, I like my man. I wasn't sure because I liked Udoka, and he just looked kind of one of those little computer geeks. You know what I'm saying? Square dude, and but the more you know, I'll judge the book by its cover. We all do. So leave me alone. So New York Knicks, Thibodeau, great regular season coach, but what else has he proven?
Absolutely nothing.
I don't think they beat Boston or Cleveland all season. So
he's too rigid. Yeah, he was too rigid in his formula, dog. You can't play these dudes like that, man.
All season, because when you playing them that long, those should be some of the backups minute that need to be getting the backup minute to make sure they know what to do come playoff time. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole roster and you playing all five to get a seeding, and now they're gonna, they're gonna blow out in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, man. We seen him run Derrick Rose into the dirt. Just about everybody else they had. And why did this guy won't change?
You don't have to. They like that about him. That's his calling card. And you do know who he really is, right? That's Charlie Brown daddy. You seen how that Charlie Brown look crossover?
Oh man, shoot.
Hey man, I'm watching the game and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, man, I could not believe it was just the perfect view of that little old 3-4 pieces of hair going. Oh man, today Charlie Brown, grown ass Charlie Brown.
Yeah, you're right. You hit the nail on the head with that one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not healthy, but I still don't think they have the pieces anyway. And to your point, anytime they play somebody good, they got destroyed.
I don't know what he does to get Towns to play so good, but he played good this season. You know what I'm saying? But like Towns in the playoffs last year with the Timberwolves, we knew he wasn't going to show up.
Yeah, Towns soft, man.
We just knew he wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's soft.
All right, it was money in the bank. But if he shows up, kudos, because about time. I don't think you can't miss them all. But I have yet to see the Knicks show up in the playoffs, and I'm a Nick Bronson fan. I'm a Josh Hart fan. I like those two dudes. You know what I'm saying? I like how they play ball, but I just don't think they're in the right environment.
Villanova,
yeah,
class of 2014.
I think you're a fan too, then. Indy, we got the Pacers. I don't believe in the Pacers. I like them. They play good team ball. I like my boy, my guy Carlisle. You already know I got much respect for him, but I don't think they got enough weapons. I just don't think they do.
They're gonna be tough though. They're Carlisle. He definitely has them playing tough. I don't think they're gonna just get ran over. But I don't mean what do they do? A 3 seed?
No, that's like a four seed. Yeah. So they might be playing Milwaukee. Like I said, this was last week. It might have changed. But
yeah,
I know they still, I don't think the West. I think the West was the one that was changing orders. They was also close. So the East, you know what I'm saying, that might still be set because
I think the East
Milwaukee.
was, I think the East was pretty locked up, pretty good.
Yeah,
But
so
man, you got Dame out with a blood clot.
that's what I'm finna say. So, like, how
That's
serious can you
tough, man.
him?
That's tough.
Yeah. And
That's
then
tough.
wait a minute, man. I swear to God, man, I seen somebody say Budenholzer is the new coach back in Milwaukee since he left. Fate. I'm like, so what they do with Doc? Like, man, I hadn't even double
Nah,
checked that,
that's
man.
definitely not the case. Shoot, Budenholzer signed a 5-year, $50 million
$50 million.
contract. So he gonna sit back for a couple years and make at least 20, I'm sure.
Right. But man, how's they man talk about he went back to the Bucks and like, damn, man, that's hilarious. All right. But this team that I do like,
Ooh.
Detroit Pistons, man. I hope they upset somebody, man. Who would they play this first round? I don't even know.
They not upsetting anybody that they finna play. But they did have a great season. No, they really did. You know, I gotta like
Bernstein?
no, the player.
Bickerstaff, what's his name?
Yeah, Bickerstaff, little junior.
Yeah.
I gotta like him, but I can't think of his name. Cade Cunningham, you know, the old
man,
Arlington
I love
boy.
Cade Cunningham.
You know
He's
what I mean?
true. He's
so
true.
I seen him play his freshman year when he was at Bowie before he transferred to IMG.
Oh,
and
okay.
So yeah, he had a little game back then.
He
so I
had
gotta
to transfer to IMG.
Yeah, I gotta like the homie from around the way. But yeah, see, they not beating Boston, Cleveland.
Hey man, I can hope, damn it. So I mean, you say how you like Cade Cunningham because he's from DFW area.
Yeah, he can hoop too, so that helps.
So we got Ron Holland in the Pistons. I think he went to Duncanville.
Okay.
And then we got Black, Mr. Black with Orlando Magic. I'm not sure. Did he go to Duncanville? I think he went to Duncanville too.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's where they went to Arkansas.
Okay, yeah. Black. He went to Magic. And
on the state title, they had to forfeit.
Yeah. Oh my God. So man,
that's a crazy story for another day.
So when they played that year, they played DeSoto in the playoffs and Ellis Hobbs. Well, I was at the game because a couple of my cats from OW Homes at Roosevelt playing the playoffs. So I went to see that game, and it's like Duncanville for to play DeSoto. Oh, let me see watch this game too. Oh my God! Like everybody from Duncanville already looked like they was in college. Like everybody looked like they was in college already, and it looked like a bunch of receivers out there playing for DeSoto. Like man, they killed them. I left at halftime. It was over with.
Now that class was good because Anthony Black transferred from
somewhere like up north, like Fort Worth, Richland, North Richland.
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah. Because the courts had said he could play, and then they went back and ruled again against him, and then took his
that was the what you call it, man. That was his pops, man. His pops did that. Yeah,
it was gonna make it either way, no matter where.
He said, but he didn't live in the district.
So, yeah, we're not talking about none of them other Eastern Conference teams in the play-in.
Thank you for that.
So, you say you haven't been watching the NBA, right?
I mean, not like talking about. It's like I watch and I see what I see. It just don't hold my attention like it used to.
So have you seen John Morant's new celebration?
Is that the grenade joint? Man, Buddy is. He's not smart, is he? He's not smart, is he?
Okay. So this is what he's saying, though. All right, he's saying those are his words. He's saying he's taking his words and throwing them out there, and he not trying to hear what y'all got to say.
I like it. I'm not mad. That's a great spin. However, in the light of you having past histories with aggression towards minors and firearms, you might not want to have any pantomimes.
Anything with any kind of explosions, firearms.
I'm just saying, anything with gunpowder. To me, he should have, like, if he was really wanting to super troll, then do the arrow. Do the arrow. Right. You know what I mean? Like, if they come down on you for an arrow.
He's not a pilgrim. And it's not his own. Who came up with the arrow? I can't even recall. But there's been plenty of people who've
That's
done it
a
though.
soccer thing.
Okay. But yes, man, that I thought that was just hilarious.
I hadn't heard that explanation, and I think I'm gonna repeat what I said. He's not very smart, is he? He's not the
All right.
smartest guy, but we love him.
Hey, man, the only thing I'm gonna say is when you do the celebration, make it meaningful. Don't do the celebration when you're down 15 and you make a three and then you like, come on, dog. Like, what do you really celebrate?
Yeah.
You're just being extra. So
Okay.
we're gonna move on to college. The NIL issue with Tennessee. So I'm just gonna say this reminds me of a Dak Prescott situation, holding them hostage for this money. Hey, either you're gonna pay me or you're not. What's your other option? And so Jerry Jones paid him. Tennessee didn't. Like we're gonna figure it out without you. But I don't think Buddy was ready, to take him to the next level anyway. I don't think he was worth that money.
Absolutely not.
Because
I mean, what my boy Dirk that got to do with this, man? Cowboys could have been played that. They waited.
They did, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that was,
But Dak didn't go in there and tear up his contract and ask for more money. He played out his contract. He was willing to become a free agent.
I don't think he
Dak was willing to show them that somebody will pay me.
Hey, well, I would have let them go. Yeah, hey.
Thought they bluff.
The real hero is Dak's agent. That man there is the best. But yeah, I was just saying that you can't pay everybody.
I mean, this guy from Tennessee, he I don't know who his people are, but yeah,
getting 2.4 million already. Good.
Yeah. He just didn't have that kind of a season. Like I want to say, my guy had 14 touchdowns. Oh no, I think he had 20 touchdowns, maybe 20 touchdowns.
He had less touchdowns than the running back did.
But 14 of those touchdowns were against the three worst teams on the schedule. You know what I mean? Against the Vanderbilt, against, I don't know, Southeast somebody. Like, that's what the bulk of his touchdowns were, against the terrible teams.
Come on, man.
So for going in there and, man, you know what? I love this new college. I love it.
Okay. So
absolutely.
And so with that being said,
better? I don't know.
The reason he held out because they got a new ruling where NIL agreements have to be settled or figured out before they sign. Because you remember the cat that went to Florida and they supposed to be paying them this much, and then they did, and so they trapped. But they had a ruling where, hey man, this stuff gonna be settled before y'all even sign. So I'm thinking that's why he said, I'm holding out. I ain't finna go no further, so we can go and figure this out. Cool. They called your bluff, player. And because if he was about that life, they would have moved on in the college playoffs, and they didn't. They stunk it up. They stunk it up, and that's your proof right there. That's your proof right there. If you don't want
Hypo ain't sweating no damn quarterback.
But if you don't want that game, now you got some leverage. You don't got no leverage. Well, that's that.
Yeah, you got to get to the championship, I think.
Come on, man.
I think.
All right. And then I wanna end with us talking about the new NFL hires, the coaches. Who do we believe in? Who do we, feel like they gotta look? They're gonna have a rough start.
I like it.
Mike Vrabel in New England.
Love it.
Yeah, I like the hire. I like him, and I'm just gonna say example one is you took Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and y'all had the number one seed in the AFC. Like Ryan Tannehill, you know how to do something, and I think it's coaching. So I like.
He's definitely a good coach, man.
He's
gonna be prepared. They're gonna be prepared. I like it even more. They got a quarterback, Drake.
May.
Drake May is he's an NFL quarterback. How good is he? I'm not sure, but he can play in the NFL.
He's serviceable.
Yep. And I like even though I don't like how they did the previous coach, just some bull.
Yeah, I don't like that. I definitely.
But
don't like that.
The fact that they had a year to cleanse themselves of the Belichick, I think it's easier for Vrabel to come in and start instilling his things without having to deprogram a bunch of other folks. So I think, how could you not like this hire? Or not you in particular? I'm just saying anybody. How could anybody not like that hire?
Let me tell you a secret.
Oh.
Take them to cover everything until they start winning. That's what we take. We take them to cover, baby, them spreads. Because they're not going to pick them to win, but they're going to cover.
You heard it here first. It's like I was taking everybody. I was taking that under against Houston in the damn tournament. Every game, whoever they were playing, under.
Yeah. Ben Johnson in Chicago. Oh, my God.
Love it.
Say, man, like, I think we might see almost a Jaden Daniels kind of run if this dude is able to get the best out of Jared Goff. I think he's going to be able to get the best. I ain't going to say the best, but he's going to get a better Caleb Williams.
I think so. That dude is extremely creative. And to me, it's not even so much the quarterback per se with Ben Johnson, because I think what I liked the most of what he did in Detroit was get the ball to the players. Like the ways he would get it to Amon-Ra, the ways he's getting it to the tight end.
All of them.
Yeah, I mean Jamar, man, that dude was he was extremely creative. Anyone, some razzle dazzle. It was just, hey man, this is your play. They can't stop this. It's for you.
And even when your cat Williams came back from the suspension, like they found ways to get him the ball. So I like it. Chicago lost Keenan Allen. Like I didn't know he wasn't coming back, but
that's okay. I think that's okay.
Yeah, but I feel like what I'm saying, he knows what he's doing. So I like that. I'm going to take them to cover also.
Oh, I see. Am I sensing a thing?
All right, Aaron Glenn. I like my guy, but I think this is a tough one because who is their quarterback? I don't think they have a quarterback.
It's Justin Fields.
Oh. Okay, so what they say when they don't know the exact date of the game, TBD, to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we go.
Man, I like this hire, man, because I feel like the Jets are a pretty talented team. I mean, I feel like I can look at receiver and I can see a guy. I feel like I can look at running back and I can see a guy. And we know Aaron Glenn is going to, take care of the defense. I think it was tough for him in Detroit to really have that defense shine because that offense was so daggum good. It's really tough to have a lockdown defense when your offense is that prolific. Like I just don't hardly ever see that. Offense that can score really quick could be detrimental. And then when you get in the head and teams become one-dimensional, I ain't finna keep, if I'm up 3 touchdowns or whatever, 3 scores, I'm not finna keep blitzing you, man. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You play softer. You're gonna gain yardage and things of that nature. So statistically, I think Detroit's defense doesn't look as good, but I think Glenn is a really good coach, man. So I covering every week, that may be a little strong.
But like I need to see Fields be able to run a team successfully for a whole season. I need to see that with my own eyes. Like I know what he did in Pittsburgh, Chicago. You know what I'm saying, with his feet and all that kind of stuff, and he had good numbers with DJ Moore. Mm-hmm. But I need to see you going somewhere new. I need to see it again. Yeah. And I know you play with Garrett Wilson. Like I love Garrett Wilson. I might pick him up in fantasy, because your number one receiver, he's gonna get the ball to his number one receiver. He's gonna do that.
He is. His thing with Justin Fields, man, that dude just cannot. Between the 30s, he's as good as anybody. But when you talk about that red zone fringe, man, he just can't. He can't. When that thing gets wider than it does depth wise, he's not very good. He's just not good at reading defenses, and that's when you need that attribute the most.
I say he can't process it fast enough. What's the Kurt Warner movie, American Dream or something like that, man? That's what he needs to get to work with him. He needs to get Kirk one because it's all about he played in the arena. It's all about them fast, quick reads. You know, Kirk Warner had to grow. He had to figure that out. You know, that's why he wasn't playing Northern Iowa. But that helped him out, learn how to make them fast progressions and reads. And that's what Justin can't do. I don't understand, like Lamar Jackson. Dude, get with fucking Brady, get with Peyton Manning, get with somebody who can coach you up on the stuff you lacking. Like, I don't get this. Is it pride? Is you feel like, oh, I'm doing this good, I don't need it? Like, that's why I respect those quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. They know they don't have that athleticism. They're not gonna leave no stone unturned to be a winner. I need my black quarterbacks to do the same thing. Don't leave no stone unturned to try and figure this out to be the best of your capabilities. And I don't think they're doing that. All right. But yeah, I love everything about Aaron Glenn. I love everything about him. I just need to see his quarterback prove it. And, and then, I can feel a little more confident in my words. I don't feel like I can back that up right now.
Well, we gonna see, really what kind of defensive coordinator he is, because these games about to be the Pittsburgh looking 19-16, the type stuff.
Yeah, but he's a Jet, so that's good. He coming in there with a name already. You know what I'm saying? Some skins in the game. All right. I'm gonna say this dude for last. All right, but next I'm gonna go with Pete Carroll in Las Vegas.
Man, I mean, I like this one.
You like this one?
I mean,
my guy is old, but I do think he know how to coach. He's bringing in Geno, and then Tom Brady is a part of this too. So I felt like they're going to try and do everything to make them successful. I just don't know if they had the players.
Well, no, they don't. They don't have the players. But I think what the Raiders lack more than anything is freaking continuity and integrity, a system. These are all things that Pete Carroll is about. I think that's the one thing that he learned when he went to USC is having continuity within the team, everybody understanding their role, being happy in their role. And the Raiders could be in a position to where, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. They don't have that one particular person, but together with a good system, good belief, using people's attributes in the right place, I think they can be competitive.
So
I think they can be competitive.
It's gonna come down to how good they draft in, because like I said, they don't have players, they don't have no running back that's gonna, make a defense have to try and scheme them. They got Brock Bowers, they got a decent.
That's a great piece to have. That's the one thing I say about Dak, man. If people talk about Dak, I'm like, yo, my man's just never had a tight end. Well, it's hard for me to properly evaluate QBs, man. You ain't never had a good dude in the middle like that. Your organization has, in my opinion, turned a blind eye to getting you a tight end.
Well, when your organization fires the best coach there is on God's green earth, your organization don't know a goddamn thing about anything. They just know how to sell you hope. That's about it. I'm gonna sell you hope. We won. Yeah, keep rooting for us. I paid that coach, so just know, fuck that. I jumped off the bandwagon way back then. I didn't like it.
Well, for good reason. But I think I like now as far as covering every week, I can't do that because I've seen Geno for too many years to trust this man. So
I didn't say that. I didn't say that about this team.
No, I'm just saying as far as because it started like that.
Yeah,
I just want the record to reflect.
Hey, we didn't say that. I said to be determined with the Jets. We're gonna put that with the Raiders too.
I heard that. No, I don't determine. I don't trust. You can roll with Geno. I know you like Geno a little bit more than me, but Geno mess up my money, man. Geno be messing up my money.
I do like Geno. I do like Geno a little bit more. Hey, like Geno say, y'all wrote him off.
Yeah, we did.
Right back, damn it.
Oh, strong words.
All right, and then we're gonna talk about the Saints, Kellen Moore. I like him as an OC, but the head coach is a different monster. I just have to say to be determined on this one as well because you know you good at this one thing, and I'm gonna go back to the Dallas Cowboys when they had Noah Turner and they had Dave Wannstedt, and so everybody want to pick your offense coordinators, and they go and they ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Cats meow that they were when they was only doing these certain things. So we about to see what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm definitely TBD there, primarily because Derek Carr is their quarterback, and I love what Kellen Moore did in Philly. How could you not? But damn, who can mess that up? Saquon.
Hey man, they figured it out. They figured it out. I'm happy for
come
Saquon
on, son,
because they didn't let him get them 2,000 yards in the regular season. So I mean, y'all gotta win Super Bowl, man. Like y'all, ain't nothing guaranteed. Ain't nothing fucking guaranteed.
And people talk bad about this guy, but I'm sorry, Nick Sirianni.
Bad about who?
Nick Sirianni. They talk bad about this dude. This dude can coach. And the reason why I say that, not because of the outcomes, when Philly shows up in your building, you got to beat them. You got to beat them. No matter how crazy he says or how Philadelphia he may be, you got to beat them Eagles.
What coaching tree did he come from? Who? I can't remember.
Sirianni is
because
he's an offensive dude. I almost want to say he's Sean McVay.
Me too. I want to say that too, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I know I read an article on him, but I just can't recall. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think it is because it was him and Shane Steichen, McDonald, like all them dudes were, I think, together at one point somewhere together.
I'll have to go, double check that. But yeah,
but Sirianni can do that. Dude, and the thing I like about Sirianni, his first year, people don't talk about some of these things. That first year he got the job, he came in and he was calling the plays and this, that, and the third, and they were winning. And Buddy was like, man, you know what? It's too much stuff going on. Here, you call the plays. I got to be the head coach. And they stumbled a little bit when he made that decision with that coordinator, but that was Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen ended up getting the Indiana job. Or what is it? The Indianapolis coach. Yeah, he ended up getting that job. And I think Shane Steichen's a good coach. Hell, your organization drafted Buddy from
Richardson.
I mean, come on. Your organization did that to you. That's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad. That's sad. And that team is still competitive. That team is still going down to the last week. Like I think the last 2 years, they had to play on the last week of the season to be in or out the playoffs.
Hey, they've been competitive with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, man. With the flock. So, I think some really good coaches. I don't think Kellen Moore is in this conversation that we're talking about. Like, I don't know if he's a leader of men like that.
Yeah. Like this.
It remains to be seen.
I like his column. Even Dave Wannstedt and North Turner. I love them, but the head coaching was just too much, man. I want them two and Jimmy Johnson to stay together forever. Just stay together. Just fuck it. We got a team here. We're professors at this University of the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, that would be something. Right.
One I think we might like because this is your boy Sunshine coach, Liam Cohen.
Oh, okay. Tampa Bay.
Yes. I think that's going to be a good look for them. I think they have some decent running backs. I like
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes. I like
my Steelers should have drafted.
I like him. Yes. And they lost Kirk, but I'm thinking, they lost Kirk and they lost Ingram. So they got to bring some new blood in, but I think Buddy, Liam Cohen, and Ben Johnson, they the next best thing, in coaching. I'm eager to see what they bring to the table next year. I definitely like this hire, and I think they're in a division where, they can go from worst to first.
Man, that's tough to argue, Z. What is that, Indianapolis and the Texans? They could possibly be in it. I think. And I'm making excuses for this guy only because I like him. He's stunk up the joint. There's no question. But I really think that Trevor Lawrence has been injured, man. I don't think the guy's been healthy, and that's making an excuse. But I think about that they shut him down. All right, let the man get here. He had the shoulder surgery, came right back after that. This past season. So they shut him down. Let him heal up. I like this Cohen hire because really he bullied his way in by making Khan, I think that's the owner, fire the GM, which is smart to me. If you're going to hire me, I don't want to be with that GM because you're going to fire that GM and then you're going to bring in a new one, and that new one's going to fire me. So with him coming in the GM, they can actually build a team. This is my one concern though, because the secret sauce down there in Tampa Bay is Tom Moore. He's not an official coach with Tampa Bay, but he is the quarterback guru whisperer. That was Peyton Manning's quarterback coach in Indianapolis, even though he wasn't the offensive coordinator.
So he's
always the coordinator.
So he's still down there. So Tampa Bay might still have a little.
Yeah. So to me, that Baker Mayfield resurrection is not all crazy.
Dead. It's not all dead.
Because Tom Moore's a great fucking quarterback coach. Now, did Cohen, I don't know, learn enough, or maybe he already had it? That's what I'm interested to see.
He calling plays though, so
he is, but calling plays and the development of your quarterback, those are not the same things in my opinion. So that's what I'm interested to see. Is it just the play calling, or is he actually developing, the quarterback within the play calling?
It's twofold. It's twofold.
Yeah. So I know Tom Moore's down there. I know Tom Moore has a positive impact on quarterbacks. Tom Moore's not in Jacksonville.
Man,
let's see Cohen. Let's see Cohen. So, but I do like the hire. I like him. I like the way he ran Tampa Bay's offense. Them jokers was tough. Baker Mayfield was slinging it, but them jokers, they ran that rock.
Oh, yeah, because I love Bucky Irving.
They toted that thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He got that in Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. He got two. He got two nice running backs already.
I like what you speak.
Whoever they bring in at tight end, they got the receiver. I don't know who. Yeah, so we're gonna be interested in how their draft goes, and he's gonna be baptized.
But those some really good, man. I hadn't sat down and just looked at the QB hires. Those it seems like these people are doing a pretty decent little job here.
You talking about the coaches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how about Dallas with Brian Schottenheimer? That's the last one.
Oh damn! See? That's a good job. I was gonna say that. Yeah, I know, man. You're a good host.
Because when I put it down, I almost put Marty Schottenheimer. I was like, damn, that ain't his name, Brian.
PT, we love you, man. But who's y'all coach?
Bill Callahan. Yeah, Brian Callahan. You're right.
Brian Callahan. That's Bill Callahan's son.
He said they're going to the Super Bowl.
He said it. Schottenheimer.
No, yeah, we're gonna get to him. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's my fullback. Lead me through the hole, baby.
Yeah, he is. Y'all damn running 33 ISO in the son, bitch. I write 33 ISO.
Was Schottenheimer the quarterback coach for the Cowboys? What was he? What was his role? Do you recall?
Yeah, he's a QB coach.
So, and honestly, that's the best thing for Dak because they should definitely be on the same page.
Some continuity. I like it.
But is this just a Jerry hire or is this the best thing for the team?
You know what, Z? I hate to be like this. This is a total cop-out. I don't think anybody that coaches, head coach at Dallas, I don't know if you actually see them coach. I think there is so much overarching presence in what people want things to be that I don't know if these guys are actually allowed to make decisions that they feel like are, going to be successful for the team. Like I don't. I got a hard time thinking that not to say that these coaches are puppets, but you coach just like I have. Sometimes the people above you want to see certain things.
Hey.
And it don't make sense.
Hey, that's why I say they don't know what they're doing. They can't lose. So it don't matter. And when you are used to being right, told you right about everything, you're not listening to no advice, no way.
Who's the DC in Dallas?
Yeah, Brian Callahan, that's his name.
Yeah, that's the son of Bill. Now I love Bill Callahan. I love that dude.
Who did he coach for?
He's more of an offensive lineman, OC kind of guy.
For who,
he
though?
was the head coach somewhere. I can't remember.
Jets,
it may have been in Tennessee.
Like Tennessee?
Yeah, it may have been in Tennessee.
Okay.
It may have been in Tennessee. But I love Bill Callahan. I don't know about Brian. I'm not sure about him. So there we go, PT.
Definitely. He said the Super Bowl.
That's what he said.
I'm trying to think, how did Tennessee do this year?
Who taking them there? Cam or Shadur or Jackson Dart?
Oh man. Look here. So the SEC gonna have like a bunch of first round draft picks, right?
Is that uncommon?
But that's not what I'm getting at, man. All right, just let me.
I'm not even trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying shit.
All right. Yeah, he said Cam Ward gonna leave.
Boy, Cam Ward, man, that's the Johnny come lately, man.
But the number one school that they projecting to have the most first round draft picks out of the SEC is Ole Miss. That's them saying Jackson Dart goes to Pittsburgh. I got.
Oh God! Don't make me throw up in my mouth.
But yeah, somebody's supposed to be getting Jackson Dart. But I was like, man, Ole Miss had that many people, man, because I don't recall them being that good.
Yeah, they were. They were shoot. They like 10-2, 11-2.
No, I'm talking about like covering. Like.
Oh. Well, we talk about him every week, man. We don't know if Buddy gonna cover for us or not.
I'm talking about covering on my parlay. That's how I judge how good you is.
Against them sorry teams, yeah.
Man, not even then. But yeah, man, I found that interesting, and I saw that. Oh, this guy, D-line, O-line, man, those are the number one picks gonna be in the first round. But I think it's gonna probably be like 2 running backs. But I'm interested in seeing where my boy Scatterbo go, man. I like big dude, man.
Going to the Steelers, baby. You already know. Stop playing.
Oh, they gonna pick him up since they lost Najee?
Oh my God! I told y'all that dude right there wasn't what that was, man.
Hey, but you know where Najee ended up going?
No clue. Where you? Yeah, they have him.
They got him, and he finna tote that thing, baby.
He gonna tote it all right. He gonna run right into the back of his lineman and fart and fall down.
1,000-yard rush every year. He finna get.
That's like 50 yards a game, Z.
No, it's like 70. It's like 70 a game.
No, it ain't. Divided by 17?
Oh, one more game. Let's see.
Go ahead. 50 what?
58.8. 1,000 yards, baby.
That's just something people say, Z. It doesn't mean anything.
Hey, well, then I'm really not impressed if receivers get it, because shit, y'all already getting a head start. Y'all don't catch it downfield until about at least 5 yards. Running back.
Receivers are normally getting that in half the touches,
And still, they getting that with a head start when they catch the ball too.
I feel like a good season is around 1,300. To me, if you telling me, hey, buddy ran that joker for 1,300 yards, I'm like, hey, that motherfucker toted it. But 1,000, come on, dude.
Well, I think it's because they don't tote the ball as much 30 times like they used to back in the day. Like, it's sparingly. Like, I don't even know how much they average. 18, 20 touches a game, I think.
That's all you needed, man. Emmett never got the ball no damn 30 times.
My man, for the Robinson, like for the Falcons. Like, they wasn't getting him enough touches, to start the season off. And then once they start getting them more touches, then everything started working out better for them. But I'm interested to see them because my man Phoenix, how you say his name?
Yep,
Phoenix. Yeah, I knew I was Phoenix. I knew I was off, but I like his poise, man. He's a lefty. I just feel like he got something in him that he's gonna be a productive quarterback, and I'm
Yeah, he's
I'm
gonna be
definitely
good.
interested in seeing how they transgression to his second season, since he didn't do much the first season, but them last couple of games. Uh,
No, he's gonna be good, man. He's gonna be
Kyle
good. That dude's a
Pitts,
winner, man.
Kyle Pitts got to step it up, man. He was probably one of the top rated tight ends coming out of college. I hadn't seen that thus far. Maybe with this quarterback, they get a better rapport. But they got Drake London,
Yeah,
they
they
got
got some pieces, man. I like
Darryl
that. Hey.
Mooney.
Yep. Yeah.
Who else they got? Come on, man. I'm the fantasy guru, man. I'm over all this stuff.
I
But
like Atlanta a lot, man. I do.
you know, so who's the coach? Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
look.
Yeah, Raheem is a good look.
Before we leave,
They're gonna be okay.
PT, we're gonna have to make a bet, man. He said if I go to the Super Bowl, they at least gotta get second in their division, man. If they don't get second in their division, man, you gotta cut your hair off or something. You talking all this noise. You still on here? I'm gonna get in touch with him. So that's what we're gonna have to do. We have to bring Class of '96 on. So we have to bring PT. We have to bring D Porter, and then one more offensive player, and then we have to bring some defensive players on. So we're gonna do it like that. We'll have the offensive people on, and then we'll have defensive people on, and then we'll go from there because we have similar stories on the offensive side and defensive side. So we got one defensive player in you, and you got one offensive player who can co-sign to some of these stories being told.
I like it. I like the angle.
So yeah, that's why I try. That's why I try and get together. And Ivan just reached out to me, so we got to go and try and set that up.
Show.
Then, go back down memory lane some more. But I can't wait. This playoffs start, but it's the beginning of the end because I hate when basketball season is over. Because we gotta wait till August, the end of August, to sports and entertainment.
Well, let's make sure my Steelers draft Will Howard. Is there any way we can get him to do that?
You like Will Howard?
Man, I think he's perfect for what the Steelers need, man. I think he's perfect, man.
I think he's Mason Randolph.
Will Howard?
Yeah.
No. Will Howard can actually throw the ball, and Will Howard is an actual, like a real life winner.
I felt like if he could have done better, then Ohio State would have done better.
They won the national championship.
No, I mean, well, who am I thinking about? I'm thinking about what's Notre Dame quarterback name?
Oh no, Will Howard was the dude that was at Kansas State. You like him?
Who's the quarterback at Notre Dame? He came from
yeah, he transferred.
Duke, right?
Yeah, he transferred, but
Leonard
yeah.
something Leonard.
Let me see. We about to find out real quick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm like, no, I did not like his play.
Nah, man. He was like he could have did that. Nah, this thing says that ain't him. Sam Hartman.
No, I didn't like because that
was buddy that was at Wake Forest.
That first drive when he ran all them plays, oh man, if this what they got to do to win, ain't no way that's gonna happen.
He wasn't. Sam Hartman wasn't the quarterback last year.
No, I don't remember that name.
That was the dude that was at Wake Forest. Yeah. This is Riley Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard. I said okay. Yeah, I said Leonard. Okay, I was thinking Will Howard, but it's Leonard. Yeah. No, I don't like that young man.
No, he's trash. Will Howard, I just like him. He just a quarterback that I like. He can throw the passes that we need thrown. He can run it a little bit to move the chains. But more importantly, this dude wins, man. And he tough. Don't give me Jalen Milrose.
Oh, that's who y'all are projected to get too. I did see that.
I hope we just throwing a smoke screen because if we get Jalen Milrose, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
So you say y'all might as well keep Justin Fields, huh?
Might well trade for Anthony Richardson. Hell. Shit.
Yeah, y'all gotta figure that quarterback out.
Yeah, Milrose ain't what that is. I think you get Will Howard and don't even look back.
Will Howard, huh? All
Yeah,
right.
man.
He's the quarterback whisperer, people. It's not the cat down there in Tampa Bay. It's really DT. All right.
No, it's not me. It's not me. I can't coach him. I evaluate the hell out of him though.
Well, all right, man. That's the show we had for today, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yep.
Till next time, people. Love, peace, and hair grease, baby.